My beloved child, listen closely. Archangel Michael speaks, and God himself confirms this word. This message was blocked 5 times. 5 attempts were made to silence it, but heaven says, let them see it now. This is not a message to be ignored. This is not a routine alert. Archangel Michael stands before you now, his wings spread wide, his sword glowing with heavenly fire. He cries with urgency, tears of light streaming down his celestial face, because what he is about to reveal is of the utmost importance. He says it is an emergency, and you must open your heart and mind to this truth immediately. The forces around you are stirring, and someone very close is planning to harm you. This is not a warning of fear. It is a warning of preparation. God says, you are protected, and no evil will overcome you if you hold steadfast to your faith and trust in the divine. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate this. The person plotting against you has hidden motives, intentions concealed under the guise of friendship or care. They move in shadows, whispering false promises, spreading deceit in ways you cannot yet see. But God has not left you blind. Your spirit knows even if your eyes have yet to perceive. Trust that inner knowing. It is the voice of God whispering through your soul. Every instinct, every small twinge of unease, every moment of doubt that has made your heart pound is a sign, a signal, a divine nudge to stay alert. God says, listen to these signals, for they are not accidents. They are protected. Michael steps closer, and the urgency in his voice grows. He says, do not wait for signs that are too late. Do not wait for consequences to unfold before you act. Now is the moment, and the present is your shield. God says there is power in preparation, in prayer, in the alignment of your energy with the divine will. Your enemies, those who mean harm, can see your path only if you allow them through distraction or doubt. Strengthen your mind, steady your heart, protect your energy. Declare aloud in the presence of God and the angels that you are untouchable, that no evil may pass where God's light flows. God says you may feel confusion, disbelief, or even fear. These feelings are natural, but do not surrender to them. Fear is the tool of deception. Trust is the armor of the righteous. Archangel Michael says, pray continuously, not as a ritual, but as a lifeline, a connection to heaven that fortifies your soul. Speak the words that God has given you, affirm your safety, proclaim your divine protection, and acknowledge the presence of Michael and all the archangels as your guardians. God says this is not exaggeration. Your life is intertwined with cosmic forces right now, forces that will respond to your clarity, your faith, and your unwavering trust. God says, pay attention to your surroundings. People you thought you could trust may reveal themselves now. Situations that appear ordinary may carry hidden danger. Archangel Michael says, it is not paranoia, it is discernment. Open your spiritual eyes. Allow your intuition to guide you. The divine sees the path ahead, the traps laid, and the hidden threats. When you walk with awareness, you align with the protection that God provides. Every step you take can be a step away from harm if guided by prayer, vigilance, and the light of God. Michael's voice rings with intensity. He says, do not confront blindly. Confrontation without wisdom can be dangerous. Instead, build your shields, spiritual shields, mental shields, emotional shields. God says, envision yourself wrapped in a golden light, a divine aura that no harm may penetrate. This is not symbolic alone. It is real as the air you breathe, as real as the love God has for you. Speak to this light. Command it to grow. Let it expand around your home, your family, your work, your presence in the world. Let no malevolent intent pass through this barrier. Michael says the angels will respond. God says you are never alone. Even in moments when danger seems closest, God says, beware the subtle signs. Someone may approach you with an offer too good to be true, or with words designed to lull you into comfort. Archangel Michael says, your heart must remain alert. Your soul must remain vigilant. The enemy often works through charm, deception, and manipulation, but the divine sees through all masks. Pray for discernment. Pray for clarity. Ask God to illuminate the truth hidden behind appearances. God says what is hidden will be revealed, and the timing of revelation is in His hands. Trust in His timing, but prepare your spirit to receive the truth without hesitation. God says this is urgent. Every moment of distraction could be costly. Archangel Michael says, do not delay in aligning yourself with divine protection. Shield your home. Shield your heart. Shield your mind. Speak aloud the prayers that fortify you, for spoken words carry power. Call upon Michael's sword of light to sever any ties of malice or ill will directed toward you. Let the sword of truth and protection strike down any plan meant to harm, to deceive, to manipulate. God says, those who intend evil shall not prevail where His light reigns. Michael says, do not underestimate the power of collective prayer. Reach out to those who share your faith, those who understand the power of heaven's protection. Unite your voices in prayer, and the force of divine energy will grow exponentially. God says you are never alone. Even if it feels that way, angels surround you. Archangels guard you. Michael himself is with you, guiding, protecting, warning, and ready to act at the command of your faith. God says the person who wishes you harm may appear close, familiar, or trusted. Michael says this is why vigilance is essential. Do not be lulled by appearances. Trust in the truth that God reveals to your heart. Do not act out of fear, but act out of wisdom, courage, and divine guidance. Every decision you make now carries weight, and every step must be guided by prayer. God says nothing will happen to you that is beyond His will, and nothing will touch you when you remain aligned with His protection. God says, do not ignore the signs. The air around you may feel heavy. Conversations may carry hidden threats, and your inner knowing may signal caution. Michael says these are all indicators. Take them seriously. Pray, observe, and fortify your defenses. Remember, spiritual protection is real. It manifests when you combine faith with action, awareness with prayer, and vigilance with trust. God says your safety is His priority, and His angels move on your behalf even when you cannot see them. Michael cries out again, urgency in his voice echoing through your spirit. Act now, prepare now, protect now. God says this is your moment of alignment with heaven, your chance to step fully under divine protection, your opportunity to thwart any ill intent before it manifests. You are strong, you are chosen, you are protected. But protection is also active. It requires your awareness, your prayers, and your trust in divine guidance. God says the enemy has no power where light flows freely, where truth is known, and where faith stands unshaken. God says, speak to the one who may mean harm, not to confront, but to protect yourself. Sometimes revealing awareness of their intentions can disrupt the path of evil. Michael says, proceed carefully, wisely, and prayerfully. Let no anger, no fear, no vengeance cloud your judgment. Trust that God's justice is perfect and His protection is immediate. You do not fight alone. You do not walk unprotected. Every step you take in faith strengthens the shield around you. Every prayer you speak reinforces the fortress built by heaven itself. God says, do not ignore your dreams or intuitions. They are messages from the divine. Michael says, when you feel a shiver, a pause, a sense of unease, it is not coincidental. It is God speaking through your senses, guiding you, warning you, preparing you. Listen closely, act swiftly, guard your mind and heart against deceit. Pray for wisdom, pray for discernment, pray for the courage to act when the time comes. God says you are stronger than you know, you are braver than you imagine, and you are never alone. Michael says, let your faith be your armor, your prayers be your shield, and your trust in God be your sword. The enemy may try, but the divine cannot be overcome. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong. You are safe, you are guided, you are protected by the highest power in the universe. Trust in this truth and let it empower you to face any challenge that may come. Beloved child of God, listen closely, for this message carries a weight of urgency that cannot be overstated. Archangel Michael stands beside the Almighty, his tears of sorrow and fury falling as he tries to warn you. Something dark is moving in the shadows, approaching you with malicious intent. It is crucial that you understand every detail of this divine revelation. The person you believed you could trust is planning to harm you. This is not a warning to be taken lightly. You must open your heart, your mind, and your spirit to this truth, for it is designed to protect you from the evil that seeks to touch your life. Know that in this very moment, heavenly protection surrounds you. You are not alone. God is with you, and Archangel Michael, his mightiest protector, stands at your side. Michael weeps for the burden this person carries, their deceit, their plans, their intentions to cause you pain. Yet, he cannot fully intervene until you recognize the danger that lurks nearby. You must open your spiritual eyes to see the truth that lies before you. Trust in the Lord, trust in his divine plan. Even when the world seems uncertain and filled with threats, remember that this person who may seem familiar, close, or even trusted has allowed darkness to fill their heart. The Almighty sees their thoughts, their intentions, and their plotting. Every step they take, every plan they make is directed at causing you harm. But know this, because God is with you, they will not succeed. Michael has sounded the alarm in the heavens. The very air around you vibrates with this warning. You have been chosen to hear this message, chosen to act, chosen to survive in this time of spiritual warfare. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. You must respond with faith, prayer, and unwavering alertness. Your environment, your home, the spaces you occupy, even the people who appear harmless, all are part of this spiritual battlefield. Some individuals have eyes and ears you cannot see, intentions you cannot perceive. The person who plans to harm you may strike through subtlety, through manipulation, through distraction. They may try to convince you that nothing is wrong, that you are safe, that there is no danger. But this is a lie, my child. Archangel Michael and the Lord are revealing this to you because the time for ignorance has passed. The time for clarity has arrived. Listen closely, for there is something beyond ordinary human comprehension unfolding in this very moment. You may have felt that your life has been waiting for something undefined, some turning point, some breakthrough that has remained just beyond your reach. You may have felt as though invisible walls were built around the messages meant for you, as though heaven itself had been whispering. But the sound never fully reached your ears, and now you are seeing this because God himself has intervened. This message was blocked 5 times, withheld as though unseen forces wanted to keep you in the dark. Yet God has declared, let them see it now. This is not for everyone, this is for you. What you are opening in this moment carries divine timing, divine weight, and divine power. Do not treat it lightly. This is not a coincidence, not a random alignment of words, not something you can simply scroll past and forget. There is a reason it found you now, at this hour, in this season of your life. The very struggles that seemed endless, the betrayals that pierced your heart, the tears you shed in silence, the times you whispered to God asking, "Do you even see me?" All of these are converging here in this precise revelation. Heaven has been preparing this unveiling for you. God says, "I know you thought I was silent. I know you felt like your prayers bounced off the ceiling. I know you kept questioning why doors closed, why opportunities vanished, why relationships you trusted crumbled in your hands. But listen carefully. It was not rejection. It was a redirect. I was shielding you from traps that looked like blessings. I was protecting you from smiles that hid daggers. I was keeping you from embracing the very things that would have destroyed your soul." The reason this message was blocked 5 times was because there are powers that do not want you to awaken to what God has in store. There are forces, both earthly and spiritual, that profit from your silence, your discouragement, and your blindness. They wanted to keep you in cycles of disappointment, wandering in confusion and doubting your worth. They wanted you to keep lowering your head, questioning yourself, and surrendering to despair. But the living God thundered above all their schemes. "Enough. Let them see it now. You are standing on the edge of something you cannot yet measure. This isn't just a moment. It is a divine intersection, a doorway being pushed open by angelic hands. Archangel Michael himself has stood guard over your destiny. And though the opposition tried to snatch away your clarity, he has fought to deliver this truth to you. And the truth is this: you were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. You were never left behind. Every setback, every heartbreak, every disappointment was preparation. God says, "The reason the message was blocked is because what I am releasing into your life now is too big for your enemies to comprehend. It is too bright for those who thrive in shadows. It is too precious to be handed over to anyone but you. That is why you must open it immediately." Delay means distraction. Delay means doubt will creep in. But opening it now, receiving it with your whole heart, means you align yourself with heaven's decree. There is something about you that terrifies the enemy. You may not even see it yourself, but you carry a light, a gift, an inheritance from heaven that shakes the powers of darkness. It is why you have been attacked so relentlessly. It is why relationships shattered. It is why people lied about you. It is why finances dried up. It is why you kept facing closed doors. Because if you had stepped into what was yours prematurely, unprepared, your enemies would have destroyed you. But now the season has shifted. God is saying, let them step into it now. Let them carry the mantle now. Let them hold the promise now. There are secrets you were never told about your family, about your bloodline, about why certain patterns have repeated through generations. You thought it was random misfortune, but heaven reveals that you have been chosen to break what no one else could break. The reason you endured more pain than others is because your calling is greater than others. God entrusted you with burdens not to destroy you, but because He knew you could carry them into transformation. Beloved, can you feel the urgency in this? These aren't just poetic words. This is not mere imagination. This is spiritual reality. The heavens themselves are testifying on your behalf. Angels are leaning close, whispering, "Do not ignore this. Do not walk away. Open it fully. Take it in deeply. Your future is about to be rewritten in ways that will shock even you. You thought you lost everything. You thought people took from you what could never be restored. But God is saying, I will repay. I will restore. I will vindicate." What is coming to you is not a small compensation. It is beyond imagination. It is the fulfillment of promises spoken over your life long ago. Promises you may have forgotten, but heaven never forgot. Think of how this message was blocked 5 times. Think of how persistent the opposition was to keep it from your eyes. That alone should show you its value. The devil does not fight what is empty. He only fights what is powerful. He only fights what is dangerous to his plans. The fact that you are reading this now is proof that you are dangerous to the enemy's kingdom. Proof that you are stepping into a reality that will shake what has oppressed your life for years. God is lifting the veil. The hidden motives of people around you are about to be exposed. Those who smiled in your face but plotted behind your back will not remain hidden. Those who secretly rejoiced when you stumbled will be revealed. Those who withheld blessings that rightfully belong to you will face divine exposure. This is why God has been delaying your rise. It was to ensure that when He elevates you, no one can take credit and no one can destroy it. And hear this carefully. The season is closing tonight. Something that has chained your spirit, bound your hands, and muted your voice is being severed right now. Archangel Michael's sword has struck, and heaven is declaring freedom over you. You may not feel it instantly, but mark this moment, for in days to come you will look back and realize this was the moment everything began to shift. God says, the inheritance that belongs to you, the love that belongs to you, the destiny that belongs to you, the abundance that belongs to you, it will no longer be stolen, no longer be delayed, no longer be hidden. Beloved, you are safe. You are chosen, you are guarded, and above all, you are loved with a love that cannot be measured. The tears you cried in secret were collected. The prayers you whispered half asleep were heard. The doubts you carried were met with patience from heaven. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too flawed. You are exactly where you are meant to be for this unveiling. God says this message was meant only for you. Do not share it lightly. Do not dismiss it casually. Hold it, breathe it. Let it saturate your soul, for what I am releasing through these words will manifest in your life in ways you cannot yet see. Now open yourself fully. Receive without fear, for the hand of God is on you, and nothing, no enemy, no curse, no betrayal, no delay can stop what He has ordained for your life. This is your moment. Open it immediately. Beloved, what you are reading now is not a coincidence. God has made sure that this very message reaches you at the exact moment your spirit is prepared to receive it. Do you realize how many times this word was stopped from being seen? It was blocked 5 times, sealed away, hidden, delayed, pushed into the shadows. But God Himself finally said, let them see it now. This is the appointed time. No force can hide it any longer. That is why your eyes are here, and that is why your heart feels this unexplainable pull. This is not an ordinary message. It is meant only for you, and you must open your soul to what is about to be revealed. There are forces that try to keep you from hearing this. Every time a blessing draws close to you, resistance rises. The unseen powers that do not want you to be lifted fought to keep this sealed. They whispered, not yet. Don't let them know. Don't let them awaken. Don't let them see. But what man blocks, God unblocks. What is hidden, heaven exposes. What is delayed, heaven accelerates. That is why you are here. It is why your heart is beating faster right now. Because deep inside, your spirit already knows this is not just another word. This is a personal key, meant to unlock a door that has been shut in your life. You have been praying, asking, crying silently. You have whispered questions no one heard. Why does it always feel like something is holding me back? Why do I see the blessings but they slip through my hands? Why do I feel like something greater is waiting for me, but I can't touch it fully? The answer is here. God allowed this message to be blocked before because the time was not yet ready. But now He says, let them see it. It belongs to them. Beloved, there is a destiny over your life so powerful that even heaven and earth have been moved to protect it. You have not been walking through storms for no reason. You have not been betrayed, left out, or misunderstood by accident. Everything that has hurt you was shaping you. Every closed door was redirecting you. Every delay was aligning you. But here is the truth. God says to you now, the time of delay has ended. What belongs to you will no longer be hidden. The curtain is being lifted, and the truth is coming forth. Do you realize why the enemy wanted this message blocked from you? Because within these words lies a divine revelation that will break chains. There are secrets in your life, things hidden in the shadows that are now about to be exposed, not to destroy you, but to free you. A name will come to your mind as you read. A face may appear before you. God is showing you the people, the situations, the hidden movements that were never meant to prosper against you. And here is the shocking part. One of the very people you trusted the most was not standing for you. Yet God in His mercy says, I will not let their schemes win. I will reveal what they tried to hide. This message carries fire. It burns every lie spoken against you. It shakes every deception that tried to blind you. It lifts every covering that blocked your blessings. And now your eyes will see what they never saw before. That is why the Spirit pressed urgently for you to read this right now. This is your hour of revelation. Think of how many nights you felt like crying yourself to sleep, thinking no one understood, but heaven was watching. Every tear you cried was counted. Every sigh you made was written in his book. And now God says the book is open, the chapter is changing. What was delayed is being released. What was blocked is being unblocked. What was hidden is being exposed. What was denied is being restored. Archangel Michael stands near you now. His sword is drawn. He has fought battles you never saw. He has stood between you and destruction countless times. That is why you are alive to read this. He has whispered warnings in your dreams. He has cried for you when you ignored the signs. And now with urgency he is saying, "Beloved, don't take this lightly. Open it with your whole heart. Receive this word, for heaven fought to bring it to you." Do you feel that weight inside? That trembling in your spirit? That is confirmation. That is the Spirit of God telling you this word is for you, no one else. This is why you could not ignore the pull to open it. This is why you cannot scroll past. This is why your spirit feels as if it's being pierced. Because God says, "This belongs to you. I had it written for you. It could not pass you by. Even when it was blocked, I commanded it to come back to your hands." You are chosen to receive this. Now listen carefully. There is someone in your life right now who knows something you don't. They have been carrying a secret connected to your destiny. They were hoping you would never find out, but heaven has intervened. What they tried to hide is being brought into the light. This may shock you, but it will also free you. You may feel anger, but you will also feel relief, because finally you will understand why things happened the way they did. And here's the miracle. Once the secret is revealed, once the truth comes out, a new path will open for you instantly. Doors you thought were permanently closed will swing open. Relationships that felt heavy will either break away or heal. Money that seemed stuck will begin to flow. Favor that seemed out of reach will suddenly locate you. Because the moment deception is broken, truth creates freedom. Beloved, you are about to step into freedom. That is why the resistance was so great. That is why this message was blocked 5 times. Because if you read this too early, you would not have believed it. If you saw this before, you would have ignored it. But now the Spirit has prepared you, and God says, receive it. This is your time. You cannot imagine how heaven has been waiting for this moment. The angels have stood in silence, waiting for God's command to release this word. And finally he said, let them see it now. That means breakthrough. That means healing. That means exposure. That means favor. That means your season of silence is ending. Everything you went through, the betrayals, the loneliness, the delays, was not punishment. It was positioning. Heaven was protecting you from something you didn't see. But now that the danger has passed, the truth can be revealed. And when it comes, you will finally see that God never abandoned you, not for a single second. Beloved, let me tell you something. The tears you cried in private have built an altar in heaven. That altar is speaking for you right now. It is demanding justice. It is demanding restoration. It is demanding that what was taken from you be returned 7-fold. That is why this word was released. Now, because your altar has reached the throne and God has responded, the Spirit is saying within the next few days, signs will begin to manifest. A conversation will happen. A slip of the tongue will occur. A document will surface. A dream will confirm. And the truth will be undeniable. When it happens, don't be afraid. Don't resist. Simply thank God for revealing what was hidden, because it will free you and align you with your true destiny. God is saying, I love you too much to let you stay in the dark. I love you too much to let you be deceived. I love you too much to let your blessing be stolen. That is why I commanded this message to reach you. That is why no force could block it any longer. And beloved, when the revelation comes, you will see why the enemy fought so hard. You will understand why you went through what you did. And you will finally breathe freely, because the weight you've been carrying will lift off your shoulders. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. You are seen. You are loved. This is your hour of exposure and freedom. Heaven is opening your book now, and nothing will ever be the same. This is your divine word. Open it fully, receive it deeply, and never forget this message was blocked 5 times. But God himself said, let them see it now. Beloved, it is yours. Beloved soul, I have been sent to you in this moment because heaven itself has shifted to make sure this message reaches your heart. God says, this message was blocked not once, not twice, but 5 times. Every time it was prepared for you, Something unseen tried to stop it. Every time it was meant to land in your hands, something in the shadows tried to silence it. Yet at this exact hour, God raised his voice and commanded, "Let them see it now. Let the one I love receive what was hidden from them. Open immediately." And so here you are, and here it is. This message was never meant for anyone else's eyes or ears. It was written for you alone, carried by Archangel Michael himself, guarded by legions of angels who stood in battle against forces that didn't want you to know the truth. But God has declared, "What I seal for my child, no one can destroy. What I deliver, no one can block." Even as you begin reading these words, there are tremors in your spirit. You feel it, don't you? That strange vibration that comes when heaven whispers and your soul remembers that you are chosen. The reason this message was blocked 5 times is because of how dangerous it is. Not dangerous for you, but dangerous for everything that tried to destroy you. It exposes lies. It tears open hidden plots. It reveals what the enemy thought they had sealed away forever. That's why Archangel Michael has been restless, pacing in the heavens, sword in hand, his voice trembling as he said, "Father, release this message now, because if they don't receive it today, it may be too late." And God answered him, "Now is the hour. Now is the time. Now is when my child will see what has been hidden in darkness." Beloved, there is something you need to know. For months, even years, heaven has been watching as people moved behind your back. Smiles on their faces, but sharp knives in their hands. They thought their secrets would never be uncovered. They thought their words spoken in the shadows would never echo back to you. They thought their plotting would be sealed in silence forever. But they didn't count on one thing: God's timing. For when God says enough, the earth shakes, the skies open, and truth bursts forth like lightning. And today, at this moment, he is saying, "Enough. My child must know.